So when I entered seminary a good couple of years ago, one thing I noticed very, very quickly was the differences in culture in between different nations, and also as regards greeting, saying hello. So like your Italians and that are very, very expressive, and so even the first time you meet someone, they come in for the head, what we nicknamed it the head bop. So you grab the hand. So they would call us Nordici, so like northerners, so they consider us very cold, So we obviously start off with the stiff arm, and pleased to meet you, and that's how you introduce yourself with a stiff arm, and that's not being cold, it's just being, I don't know you well enough yet to hug you. So that's just kind of normal, you kind of, whereas Italians go, and they're right in with the head bop, and you're kind of like, kind of in self-defense mode, like, whoa, don't know, what are you doing? And then when I went down to work in Naples as well, young people as well are very, very quick to salute you with the kind of the kiss either side, and that was a kiss into the air. There's no actual connection, you know what I mean? But it's still so strange. It's so odd for me. It's just, I'm a hugger by nature, but not first time. Like it's just very, very different. But it got me thinking today about how we love people differently, which isn't to say kind of the way we show love is different. The way we show love is different. The way we show love to family members, or in a romantic relationship, or in a friendship, or in a professional relationship, the way we show love is different. Love must be shown, but it is shown differently. But it must be shown. In this season of Lent, we're supposed to be engaging in this period of purifying our own hearts, So putting aside distractions, things that are unnecessary, kind of refining things down through this season of prayer, fasting, and almsgiving, so that there's time for the more important things. Now, if your life is anything like mine, slowing things down or quietening things down is really, really hard. Because especially I know people who listen to these homilies afterwards, they judging by when people view things, they normally view things last thing at night. So people may be listening to this now tonight in bed, or I don't know where, but maybe your day was just so busy, there was just so much going on, that there wasn't time for the most important things. And I think this happens regularly. I think this happens to all of us. I think this is just a very common thing, either having a young family, or being a professional, or having a job, maybe even being a student, that the day is just so busy that we very rarely actually have time for the Lord. And I get it, we actually live in a place where we have a chapel here and an oratory upstairs. So for us to dip out for 5 minutes is actually possible. For most of you listening at home, you can't. So we can't actually go to a physical place where the Lord is reserved in the Blessed Sacrament. And yet all of us have this interior life, this interior castle where the Lord should be king. And it happens to me this isn't exactly a confession, but it happens to me every now and again that I just get this, it's somewhere between a pain and a real kind of an annoyance at myself that I know I don't love God enough. It just, every now and again, it just hits me, like I don't love him enough. I don't love him like he deserves to be loved. It's like I've aimed too low. Like we're supposed to express our love for people. The way I'm supposed to express my love for God should be so much more than it is. It should be so much more real and intense and life-giving. It should animate my day. It should be the driving force behind everything I do. That everything, if I'm washing up, if I'm cleaning, if I'm organizing, if I'm fixing, if I'm praying, the driving force behind everything should be love for God. And maybe I'm just so focused on the thing in my hands that I don't think of that. I don't know. But I really want to love the Lord more. I want to love the Lord like he deserves to be loved. It's just so basic, like to want to love the Lord with all our heart, soul, and strength. It's back to basics of the Old Testament, to love the Lord as he wants, but as he deserves to be loved. I don't think that is not going to happen by accident. It's not going to happen if we just allow ourselves to kind of meander along with kind of the culture or whatever is easy, because then, unfortunately, the culture or whatever is easy leads us kind of downhill into the valley of darkness. So this will only happen when it's a deliberate decision, and no one can do it for you. No one can do it for me. Lord, I want to love you more. I want to love you as you deserve to be loved. I want to love you with more and more and more of my heart, until one day I can say, Lord, I love you with all of my heart. Now maybe I'd like to say that right now. I want that to be the case, but in the meantime, let us grow, let us walk towards that. He said, let us be traveling towards that end goal of giving the Lord all of our hearts, which doesn't mean there isn't room for family, doesn't mean there isn't room for people we love. They're all loved within that love. In fact, it gives us more love for them when we love God first. When we love God with all of our heart, soul, and strength, then what we're drawing from for the others is his love. Because if we focus on them immediately, then all I have is my love, which is limited and conditional, and it's easy. What merit is there in that, as the Lord would say? Even the pagans do as not. Do they much? Do they not? Do as much? Do they not? And the Kyrie of Ars has a wonderful prayer. It almost sounds a bit repetitious, but it is very, very profound. It would be good to kind of meditate line by line. We haven't really time now, but he's just expressing this desire to love the Lord, not just more, but love the Lord with everything. Let us make this prayer ours today. I love you, O my God, and my only desire is to love you until the last breath of my life. I love you, O my infinitely lovable God, and I would rather die loving you than live without loving you. I love you, Lord, and the only grace I ask is to love you eternally. My God, if my tongue cannot say in every moment that I love you, I want my heart to repeat it to you as often as I draw breath. Amen. So, dear brothers and sisters, I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank you all for joining us on YouTube or on Paving the Way Home, or on Spotify, wherever you've listened to these homilies. Thank you so much for being part of our mission and for continuing to support our mission. It was a great gift that during lockdown we could branch out or broaden our outreach so much through technology. So that's been a wonderful privilege and honour. I'd ask two things, if I may. One, that we'd really appreciate your prayers for our mission. So we have our young people here with us this year. And then there's a youth ministry, family ministry, and hopefully in the near future, men's ministry, which we hope to engage in. So we'll ask for your prayers for all of those outreaches. And if you feel that the Lord is calling you to support us also financially, we would greatly, greatly appreciate it. Running a place like this is not cheap, and we do need benefactors' help to keep the show on the road and to keep our doors open and to keep this place of formation alive for the young people that come to us. We have opened our applications for next year as well. So if you know anybody who might like to apply, they can do so through our website, holyfamilymission.ie. And also, if you'd like to make any donations, you can do so through our website, holyfamilymission.ie, or send us an email if you'd like to arrange some other form of donation. But we would be greatly, greatly appreciative of any support that you can give us through your prayer and through your financial support. All right. So God bless, and we're praying for you here in Holy Family.